we're back. And we're back. Just checking if this word is good. That's me. Oh, hell yeah. Mmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mmm. 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 There you go. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so don't blink, easy blink. Welcome, commercial. I'm about to sneeze. Because we hope to having a wonderful day on this 27th September 2025. We're sick. I'm going to see my father tomorrow. But for now, we're going to be doing some Resident Evil recap. So I'm excited about that. And remember, I'm sick, guys. Okay. Ooh. Okay. My apologies. Don't blink if you blink. With very little storage. What's going on here? I'm considering Walks are having a wonderful day on this 27th September 2025. Today we are going to be working on doing some recap. Don't worry, there's no rush for this one, which is great. There's no rush for this day, for today. Remember that we're doing a movie every single day in the month of October, which is a scary movie. The reason why I'm telling you is because we're starting out a new series recap now. Ultimately speaking, it's not really a series, it's a season for a series called Resident Evil. I don't know who made it, to be honest. I don't know when it was made, but it's on Netflix. Now, ultimately speaking, I'm gonna be completely honest. We've been reviewing shows like Prison Break that I love. We've been reviewing shows like well, I could do a review of Third Park Jails. We've been reviewing a ton of shows, and most of them I do like. Most of them I like a little bit. I like a lot. Sorry, there's a feeling of love there. Um, I'll be completely honest. I watched the Resident Evil series that we were about to do, and I couldn't finish it because I was just not interested. Interested. Trailer Park Boy Jill. Okay. Now, why are we doing it? Because we're doing a marathon for Resident Evil, so I want to have everything that has to do with Resident Evil. Maybe the movie, maybe the series, maybe whatever you want, whatever it is. It's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be super duper cool. And if it's interesting, it's interesting. If it's not, it's not. Worst case scenario, right now we're playing Resident Evil Zero right now. Is it a great game? No. Is it an okay game? It's more than okay. It's actually a really cool little game. Um, we're not gonna reinvent the wheel with this one, but at the same time, it's really nice. So, all of this to say, um, all of this to say that I'm gonna be playing the second, the third, which are a remake, which are great, and I'll be watching the movies. Some of them are great, some of them are not good. The Resident Evil movie have a what should I call it? What is this word? It's a reputation for not being the greatest. However, I feel like we'll do whatever we want to do. Now, ultimately speaking, we are recapping episode 1 and 2. I'm trying to find more information about the specific of. My apologies. Yeah, we ate a lot of cheese today. Now my body's like, ooh, what have you done to me? And I don't know why when my body is talking to me, it has this German accent. I'll be back. This is my whatever makes me poop shoot. They tell me I'll be back. So this is episode. Okay, so I want to make sure 3. Perfect. Perfection, 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 perfection. So what do we know about the show? Let's see what we know about the show. I think I'm gonna be starting to add this as a newer thing. So it was released in 2022. So it's yeah, there's not a lot. So we're gonna start with New Raccoon City. Now here is my first problem with this series, and this is not a problem with the series. This is a problem with myself. I pretend like I'm very well versed, and I'll be back. And Resident Evil, but I'm not. I do know some of the game. I do know some of the lore. It's crazy. I love Resident Evil 8, so I know the lore of the villains. It's crazy because I love Resident Evil 4, so I know how a lot of the lore. For example, how does the now I'm gonna look stupid, but how does the virus works, right? Where was it again? Moria, something like that. So, welcome to the New Raccoon City means to me that there's another Raccoon City. Now, I don't know where this is starting. Is it a big problem? No, it's not a big problem. It isn't a big problem. Because during the show, there's some explanation as to it, but I just want to know if it's after Raccoon City, if it's after Leon, and, you know what I mean, right? Jill Valentine. So, we have a lady. Now, this is the way to start a show. This is the way to start a show because you can see that there's this girl, right? She has some knowledge. Ooh, it's loud. I got neighbors. It is 11 o'clock at night. So not super late, but not super early. So we got this girl, and she's a survivor, right? You can see that she's doing studies. Now, this is super cool because Resident Evil, one trait that we know is umbrella. Whatever it is, umbrella, there's Resident Evil, right? So we know that. Now, here's the craziest thing. You see this person and you ask yourself, are you working for Umbrella, right? Now, if you know a bit more about Resident Evil, you can ask yourself, are they working for STARS? They're possibly not working for STARS. So you ask yourself, so this established itself as a very cool beginning. You establish yourself as not only a person that is able to survive, but a person that understands how infected are acting, which I do find in itself amazing. Now, in the very beginning, it's kind of complex because there's there's two characters that are important, right? Now, if you read the subtitle, which we do because I think it adds something, even if I'm listening to it, I like to have the subtitle. I don't know why. It's just by habit because I watch a lot of anime, which the English sub. And then there's future and then there's past, right? So you see the characters. Now we see her and she's doing a study on enemies. Now, in itself, we have no clue who she is. What I love here is there's also a lot of debris, right? So when you look at it, it's for example, you look at the beginning of a pandemic. Now, what Shuna does this very well is gonna be Walking Dead. Walking Dead out there is one of the only show that I know that's doing a apocalyptic world years, decades later, which is good because you see how it works. One of the other things that did it was I Am Legend. I Am Legend is phenomenal because in 3 years, so this is why I love talking about this because yes, we're talking about Resident Evil. So why am I mentioning I Am Legend? Why am I mentioning Walking Dead? Because there's zombie, right? You wanna talk zombies? You wanna talk zombies? You don't talk Walking Dead. You talk Greg Romero. You talk Greg Romero, Dawn of the Dead. That's the forefather of the undead. You want to talk book? You talk about Adrian Ring. Um, you talk about plenty of things. Resident Evil as a game in itself might have been revolutionary with the survival, but at the same time, I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I know because I'm gonna show you. There's this. I'm gonna show you right because and this is very much so not Resident Evil, so I'm sorry about that. But there is this. I think it's Early Bird, her name on YouTube. So Early Bird, there you go. Early Bird is a channel. You take out the porn in there because yes, there's porn. Early Bird is a channel that specializes in a very niche content. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do PS1 and PS2 games that are scary, right? Now, what is insane with that is there's I never knew there was so much of it. Now, Resident Evil in itself might be the Final Fantasy of horror game when it comes to horror. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry. I'll stay here. Pretend you didn't see, but you can't stay away from me. Now they say insight is 2020. Why am I talking about this? Well, it's important to establish the importance of Resident Evil. You know, the beauty of Resident Evil is the movies which are cringy. I only saw the live one. So because the movie are cringy, you can kind of expect to have a funny. When you look at horror, in my opinion, there is this subspecies of horror movie that are funny. You talk about Child Play. You talk about a bunch of slasher in the '80s. Freddy Krueger, who was hella funny, hella funny. And then you look at Resident Evil, and you just expect it, right? So also, I think it's important to know some of the lore of Resident Evil, which I don't know, and I just don't think that this show will be the gateway to it. But at the same time, are the movie the gateway to it? I don't know. And it's kind of cool in itself. I want to applaud the initiative, and again, applaud myself, which sounds super dickish. But I want to applaud the initiative. Why? Because the initiative in itself is what? The initiative in itself is, I don't know much about it. I know that I love it. I explored enough to say, okay, well, this is almost a guaranteed love for this series, but I don't know much about it, right? So we're going in blind. We're diving in. So what's going on is she is doing some tests. This is super cool because what she does is she releases a rabbit, right? So then, what she's trying to do, and this is very nice because she's explaining it after, right? Now, if you looked at it, you wouldn't give a fuck. But you see it. See, with Resident Evil, you kind of want to know Las Morta. That was the virus. I kind of want to know where it comes from, right? So with her, what she does is she wants to see if there's going to be an evolution. She believes that the zombies are going to evolve again, which is super cool. Now, when you realize, right, why Jade is so important. Jade is the daughter of Wesker. Wesker, which is a huge head and umbrella, right? Now, here's the problem, right? I know it's Adam Wessler. We didn't know if it was Adam. It might be the brother of Adam. It might be the father of Adam. I don't know, right? So Jade may feel guilt in there, but she's also one of the better places to do this because she is so close in the development of it, right? What she does is she does rabbits. So what she's trying to do is evolve. Now, the cool thing here is also evolution in a state of, well, okay, so you look at lions, right? The lions, or even the wolf, they're very specific. They're animals that are living in groups. There's a word for that in Meurthe in French. In Meurthe, c'est quoi Meurthe? A pack of wolf, right? Or a pack of lion. And there's an order to where to eat. What she's trying to do here is trying to establish, okay, well, is there a sense of society? Is there a sense of alpha, omega, beta? Alpha being the top, beta being the second, omega being at the bottom. I think it's possibly wrong, I'm not sure. You know what I mean, right? And this is something that we see with animals that have next to zero surrounding. The graphics are kind of nice. I gotta say, it's well made. I also have to say that I do appreciate the work of the makeup. You can tell it's makeup, and you can tell it's not. CGI. Now, what I'm gonna complain a little bit here, a little bit, right? You look at the zombie and the first one. This is the first one you see, so it's established that these are scary. They're scary looking, right? And then you look at the other one, and the other ones, they're not put in work. So if you're gonna make zombies as scary, make all of them as scary. Don't make one as scary. However, this is an impactful scene because this is the first zombie that you see, and because it's the first zombie that you see, you're gonna see, okay, well, guess what? This is the bar set. This is where we set the bar for what a zombie look like. And there you go. It's not, honestly, it's not super interesting because at the same time, and this is kind of the problem of something like Resident Evil, right? I'm gonna keep coming back to Walking Dead because this is really my blueprint when it comes to horror show. Because this is, yes, it's based on a game, it's in a horror show. The Walking Dead does it super well because you never feel like they're surrounded. When they're surrounded with zombie, there's a problem, but zombie aren't the main issue. Jay doesn't follow the simple rules of don't go out alone, right? Make sure that you're protected. And she's fighting them. So it's a case of, okay, well, you're in a bad position, but it's not a case of how can I say this? It's not okay. So technically speaking, I think the beauty. Okay, we're gonna go back to Walking Dead. Technically speaking, the beauty of Walking Dead is you see Rick, you see Shane, you see Daryl in the beginning, starting to hunt zombies. Right? We're watching here because I'm gonna die soon. Tower, 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 and tower. I'm gonna tournament, which is quite important. Thank you very much. My apologies. And then you look at them, and at the beginning they don't know how to fight zombies, right? So after that, wow, they're super expert at killing zombies. Now, is Jade good at killing zombies? Is she better than the next one? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Also, there's no explanation as to if she's supposed to be strong, if she's supposed. Right now, she took some dangerous risk, and you're not sure as to why. So now we have a pass, right? Now, what I'm gonna say here is gonna be a bit touchy. You saw Whisker, right? So Whisker with his daughter comes, and his daughter are Jade and Billie Eilish, if I remember. And this is super cool because they go to the new Raccoon City. So this the new Raccoon City is what happened in Tijuana. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you call it, right? But basically, this is the old Raccoon City that got destroyed, and they created this new Raccoon City. Now, technically speaking, this is a very powerful plot point because it serves multiple functions. I like to talk a lot, so if you don't like that, you're not in the right place. So this is kind of interesting because the Umbrella City is a trademark of Raccoon City is a trademark of Resident Evil. First of all, it's a trademark of there's a city that was before it and it got broken. Like for example, when you go to New England, like okay, well this is not England, this is New England. What happened there? Well, we colonize and we call it New England, but we want to make it different, so we call it New England, right? So with the Raccoon City, this is specific because Raccoon City fell, right? Now, to what degrees, we don't know. We don't know if it fell completely of some sort, we don't know, right? We know that there's a need for a new Raccoon City, and that's important. It's also about how she's explaining that they took a place, I don't remember what they call it, but they took a city and they basically built it and made it a paradise. So then you realize that it's kind of like a military base. It doesn't feel like a military base, but it is a military base. So it's a military base would be like you got corporal and shit like that, but it's sort of a very concentrated camp. And if your father, your mom is important, then you belong here, right? It's like a Fort Lauderdale, Fort Knox, somewhat similar to that, right? So now what you have also, the last important thing is it's acting as a snow globe. So this is problematic because why? Because in the snow globe, everything might seem okay, but what is life outside of snow globe? For example, you got this set of land that is completely free out of infected zombie, whatever you want to call it, right? It doesn't mean the rest of the world isn't affected, and because it doesn't mean that the rest of the world is infected, that it isn't, right? So you're not establishing a correct way to set up the stakes. If you set up the stakes, you're able to say, okay, well, this is the situation. This is why we need this is why we need a repairment, and this is the solution, right? Problem, solution, execution. Now, there is something, and talk about Joy. So they're creating this product called Joy, and this is something that is kind of cool, really cool, actually, because in most zombie movies or infected movies, because I don't know if they call it zombies or something like that, they are literally like you're trying to fix something. So I Am Legend, they were trying to fix cancer. 28 days later, it was the Rage virus. Resident Evil, it was the T virus. Now, there's some information in there, and it's quite nice. Wesker, what is my problem with Wesker? Also, we'll go with Wesker, right? Wesker in itself says, well, there's a lot of components to the medication Joy. Joy is an antidepressant that makes you very happy. It's one of the better antidepressants out there. And he says there is a working that where is the T virus, and the T virus was supposed to be for military purposes. Now, this is the crazy part because this is Umbrella. This is stupid because in Resident Evil lore, again, I'm not versed. If you know, let me know in the comments. This is what I know, this is what I understand, okay? So, from what I understand, Umbrella Corps, what they did was, they did some really bad stuff. They created a lot of zombies, and then what happened is Umbrella started doing some good. I think it's in the 8th or in the 7th game, Umbrella's out there, and they're like, okay, well, let's fix our mistakes. Now, is they're trying to fix our mistakes or not? I don't know. I have no clue, because um, if you look at the 8, you see the cave and you see the giant Metamucil, which is kind of crazy. The giant mold, which is kind of crazy, right? So with that, they're saying that, okay, well, we're not hiding ourselves, and this is cool because you see the perception or the perspective of a Umbrella operative. We made this virus for virus is in French. We made this virus for military purposes. Now, my problem with Wesker is that we have this image of Wesker, right? And it's not complex. It's not complex. Wesker is this asshole, but really, really this asshole. And you recognize him because he's always wearing like glasses, and he's kind of beefy. Now, the actor they took for Wesker, I do have a problem with that, because when I look at this person, and it's kind of amazing because it's an actor that I like a lot, but I like him a lot for a very specific reason, in which we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, absolutely. But when you look at Wesker, I don't see him as an asshole. It doesn't look like an asshole. It looks like a guy who's asking questions. It looks like a guy who is a decent father, not the best father, but somewhat of a good father, right? And it doesn't feel like it's a right casting for the role. Now, ultimately speaking, why do I love this actor? I may be wrong, but if I'm not wrong, this guy is voice acting for one of the most important people in Destiny. There's 3 classes. There's the Titan, there's the Warlock, and there's this Clyde Six who plays the I don't know, the Ranger Assassin. And the actor voice act for Titan, which is the melee class, the ball class, the tank class of Destiny. Why do I like him a lot? Because he voice acted for this one. He voice acted for this game. And then he started playing the game and really had fun. And he was really he was very part of the community. He was a huge part of the community. He was very present, right? And what is super nice is, and again, if that's the right guy, I'm sorry, but when he died, um, everywhere on the map they had an emote where they were doing a salute, and it's just highly respected, you know. And that's because of the person, not the character they're playing, but the person itself. Yeah, but as Wesker, I don't see him. And again, you have to understand something, okay? Currently speaking, we're playing Resident Evil Zero. I have notion of who Wesker is. I saw him in Resident Evil 4, where he's a complete asshole to Ada. I saw him, and that's it. I saw him in 2 and 3rd, in the tree. I don't know if he's there. But if he is, I don't remember him. So I basically only know him as an asshole to Ada. Oh no, I also know him as a playable character as a mercenary Resident Evil 4, which is a fantastic mode. Let's continue. It's kind of cool that we have Billy and Jade. Why? Well, Billy and Jade are going to be 2 completely different characters. It is nice to have sister or brothers, because you establish that they're close and they'll fight for each other, but you also establish the importance of nurture and nature. Billy and Jade become completely different people, even though they have the same father, even though they have the same environment growing up, even though they had the same influence. They're changing. Billy is a bit weaker, so Jade will be acting as a bigger sister and a more protective sister, which is kind of good. Was important because the character that we see is Jade, is future Jade. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if it's the same Jade. I don't know, but I think it is. So yeah, so we got the Umbrella Corps again. It's kind of nuts because the Umbrella Corps is kind of disgusting. You see Jade, she runs away because of the giant worm, and the giant worm is absolutely phenomenal because we saw in the games that yes, the problem isn't the zombie itself. The problem is going to be a giant. The problem is going to be there's bigger werewolf. Yeah. So there's a group of people, right? And they want to sell her. And this is super cool because at first you're like, okay, well, what can you give us and what can we give you? It's a system of helping each other, but it's still groups, which is very akin to what we see in Walking Dead. Now they discover that Jade is on the hit list of Umbrella, so they want to sell her. The surrounding is actually pretty cool. So we don't know what really happened. However, we know that Billy was seen as this psycho because she was very violent. She was very angry, and she used to fight a lot. So they had a move, and then she changed a lot as a result of that. For example, Jay tell her like, "Yo, everybody likes you. You beat a bully. She'll be the bully in this episode. You be the bully." But she still felt resistant. And this is also cool because this is, and the psyche of the characters is very important. You have two characters important, which is Jade and Billy. Jade see this new opening as this new living situation as a opportunity to mingle with people. Uh, okay, thank God we did something. I think I did a mistake. Oh shit. Oh shit. I think I did a mistake, guys. I did some big mistake. Okay, good. We didn't do it. I thought I had purple. Thank you. Mon. My mom should just like my videos. My mom just like my videos. That is super sweet. So you see this one, Mon? That's my mom. She liked my videos. I'm lucky to have the mom that I have. She's amazing. So with Billy and Jade completely sees this as a new opportunity, which meaning that she's looking to move forward, and it's also the motivation of what's going on in your mind. For example, when there's a crisis where Billy gets bitten, you got people that are hopeful and people that aren't hopeful, which is kind of cool. It's important in the scenario. So we have this. We have Jade, who's popular, and Billy, who isn't popular. Now this is super cool. Okay. So there's this bully, and she's attacking Billy because she's vegan. Now, ultimately speaking, it's kind of complex, but so it's nuts because I think you have to know what happened. It's complex. So Billy gets bullied because she's a vegan, but then you don't know what happened in Raccoon City, and also the fact that you didn't have the storage. Good. Okay, perfect. Okay, give me. Fuck. Don't link is you blank. Welcome to the show. Considering Mops having a wonderful day. Guess who is out of storage? This guy. So gonna continue. What I'm gonna do is gonna be small parts of videos because right now we're uploading and we're doing the best we can to do as much as possible. In the meantime, we had the death and the tower, which makes our playthrough not great, but it's okay. It's okay, Ming. It's okay, Ming. It is what it is. It is what it is. We got 29 minutes. We have to maximize our time because, again, we're doing so much at the same time. Right now, we're doing the tournament, and I got 20 minutes left. And if I don't score enough, I'm going to be late. Why am I waiting for the last seconds? I don't know. It depends on how you see it. Like, for example, you don't know what happened in Raccoon City. So, for example, if this girl, right, she is a survivor of Raccoon City and she realizes how precious life is, it's kind of nuts. But at the same time, Billy should be able to do whatever the frig she wants, and they fight. These fights. So Jade asked Billy, "Why did you fight?" And Billy is afraid because she used to be a psycho. She used to fight a lot. She was like, I don't want to be this person anymore." And this is super cool. And this is super cool because you got a way to see in the past without being in the past. You don't need to tell me, okay, well, she fought there, she fought there, she fought there. Establish that she's fight a lot. Now, ultimately speaking, this is kind of cool because if it's Billy, it was at the beginning, Billy is a survivor. No, Jade is a survivor. Billy would have died or not. We don't know. So this is kind of important. The next day is also super, super, super nice because she goes in with the bully and she's trying to make peace, and the bully go tell her like, "Yo, f off, you suck." So the peace treaty doesn't work. And it's super cool because Jade is threatening her. Um, so there you go. What else is there? It's nice. It's nice. We have the survival camp, right? There you go. This is actually phenomenal. So you see the camp, right? And you say, okay, well, this is how to survive. They're a trader camp, so they're possibly not the strongest, but they know how to trade and they have a good defense. Now you see the zombie. This is an important scene because you just see how bad it is, right? Now in the show, they establish that there possibly is something like 300 million people alive, and there's 6 billion zombies. So it's not there. So there is a mascot. Now this is a really really cool scene. So this is how we do a recap. We go scene by scene and we talk about how I feel about it, what it make me think about, and tra la la, tra la la, tra la la, tra la la, right? So this is a really cool scene because you establish that there's a mascot. In the previous scene, you actually see the mascot shows up. There's a raccoon head. This is Raccoon City, so this makes sense. So there's somebody with a raccoon mask that goes in and hits the girl that was a bully. Now, ultimately speaking, does it matter? No, it doesn't really matter because I'm at episode number 3 out of 8, and I don't know who it is. And at this point, I don't care who it was. So now they think that it's Billy because it was an altercation, and we have Mr. Whisker. Look, this is the actor. I think he was part of the Resident Evil franchise before. I'm not sure. Um, this is super cool because he goes in, right, and the father of the bully, she's like, "Oh, my daughter was attacked," and Whisker's like, "You know who I am? I'm Whisker. You know how many people could do my job? You know how many people can do your job? I'm a bigger value of Umbrella." And he big sticks everyone. He big stick them. So it's like, okay, well, you gotta show respect, and you're gonna get your daughter to apologize to my daughter. The teacher's like, okay, well, my daughter's gonna take a couple of days off for mental health, and he's big dicking everybody. Now, ultimately speaking, this is not super super important. It is only important to say like, okay, well, guess what? Whiskey is a pretty big deal. See, we have two people. We have the father and we have the worker. The father seems to be an absent father who's trying his best, and the worker seems to be super important. So this is also important. So we got Jade talking to her, right? And the guy to him, which is the leader of the camp. And the guy says, "What are you doing out there?" And he's like, "I believe they're surviving." And you're like, "Okay, well, are you surviving? What's gonna happen?" And they said, "The more they survive, the weaker they become, right? Or the opposite, the more they evolve, the stronger they become." Now, in Walking Dead, they do establish something which is similar, which is, okay, well, these body, if they don't eat, they die from the inside. They eat themselves. Okay, I'm gonna have to go for the batteries. Yeah, they eat themselves. Give me a second. Oh, my back. There you go. 5%. Okay, that's not a big deal. I got the battery. I got hope. And I'm a fighter. So let's freaking fight. So yeah, so we see this in The Walking Dead. After a while, the body are starting to decompose, and the zombie become weaker and weaker and weaker. Now with Jade, what she's saying is they're evolving, are they devolving, are they evolving themselves, right? So are they becoming weaker with age, or are they becoming stronger? Now, what is she truly hopeful for is that they develop a kind of intellect, and that they become sentient beings which are able to think for themselves. And then what they think when she thinks about is cohabitation. Now, a show that does it very well is Tokyo Ghoul. So Tokyo Ghoul is a story of ghouls which act like zombies and human, right? Now, ultimately speaking, there's a group of pacifist ghoul that are they're still eating humans. So what they do is they're giving the body of the dead. So for example, people who unalive themselves, people who are disfigured, people who want to be incinerated, they'll give them some of the meat, right? So then there's this piece there. So cohabitation is possible. Now I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to redo it because I don't want to hold it because I'm lazy. Sounds good? Sounds great. Okay, so now I have to check if I still do this. Uh-huh. I have to go here, I feel. Okay, chilling. I look around me. Oh. And we're back as promised. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Come Third Show. Hope you guys are doing well, so having a wonderful day on the 25th September 2025. Here's part 3 of our Resident Evil review. Sorry, we were dealing with problem with the are we good? Maybe we're not gonna have enough time for the tournament. Shit. We're back with some of Resident Evil. I didn't have enough storage, but while we're surviving out there, I managed to upload a big video which was 8 gig, and then we're about to delete that. So for the rest of the night, I don't have problem with anything, which is cool. Cool. No doubt. So yes, next. Always making sure that my playthrough are doing good, and that you are doing good. Good. That's the last one. Good. My trusty computer mouse. Why do they call it the mouse? I don't know. So then we realized that, and this is kind of cool because the guy, he's a trader outpost, and he's telling like, hey, we only take things that we can trade, right? And then he saw Jade, and he says if she is of any worth, and she turns out to be one of the most popular person or the most researched person by Umbrella. So she's a big payday. So what he's gonna do is gonna betray her. And then at the same time, he never hid himself. He never hid himself for betraying her. He's like, yeah, we trade what we can. We survive thanks to what we trade. And you're a big ticket, so this is how we survive. The need of a few versus the need of a many. So there you go. So this is kind of an important scene, right? So you're seeing that they're doing tests, and you know that they're doing tests. And then Billy sees rabbits, and she's like, okay, well, they're animal testing. So if there's something that happened to this animal, they're testing on it. They can die from it. Now, this is super cool because ultimately speaking, animal testing is normal. I don't think it's pro. If I could avoid it, I would avoid it. But it happens, right? It is normal in the sense of it's been going on for decades. Do I think it's fair? No, I don't think it's fair to test cosmetic product on animals. I think it's stupid. Right? However, with Billy Case, this is kind of nice because with Billy Case, we establish her as a vegan, right? As a vegan. And a vegan who is mindful of animal well-being. So because she's mindful of animal well-being, she's like, yes, guess what? I'm mindful of how they're treated, and this is not okay. So this is cool because you see a character, you establish her belief system, and then you challenge that belief system, which is super cool. The classic men of science and men of faith. So you have the two sisters once again talking, and this is cool because now Billy is obsessed with the fact that she saw kids. She saw animal being tested on. Now, ultimately speaking, this is kind of a weird thing because Billy has been acting so passively the whole episode, and now she has this stuff. Now suddenly she's ready to fight. So it's kind of odd, but Jade is understanding. So ultimately, what this does is this led them to go to this is super cool. They go to the Umbrella lab, and this is stupid because they're gonna dress up, they're gonna have costume, blah 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 blah. It's meant to be a big scene, but it's not a big scene because there's nobody. They don't have to hide. It's just something dumb. So then you start seeing footage of human tests. You start seeing footage of animal tests, and it's kind of nuts, you know. So you legit got, and this is kind of cool because you got a two version, right? So you got Jade, and this I gotta say is possibly the best scene of this first episode. So you got Jade who see this person who's talking about, yo, this virus is going crazy. There's problem, and there's literally this person, right? And then you got Jade who see these animals, and she's like, okay, well, this is bad. This is bad. Now, what is really cool here, this is called the Tijuana, the video file is called the Tijuana incident. Tijuana has been mentioned before as a mistake that Umbrella did. So, what is that mistake? It's not mentioned. However, this video exists and it's establishing what is the incident, which is super cool. You see a bunch of people getting killed, which is kind of important because they're possibly all infected, and this is to establish that the virus spread quickly or doesn't spread quickly. That's pretty much it. So Billy, what she does is what she shouldn't do, and this is super nice because the Joy trial. What is that important? We know the medication is called Joy, right? And then Whisker is asking a fantastic question. So he's like, okay, well, first of all, the T virus is not good, and then his questioning comes in the form of, this person, right? And he knows this person. This person is doing well. She's healthy. She's happy. She doesn't need to take the medication, but she still doesn't take the medication. So like, okay, well, my problem is not with the product. My problem is abusing said product. Tim is a good person. Tim is a new friend of mine, and Tim is the guy that told me to do the Resident Evil marathon to add. He just commented on the video. He told me to do the movie in itself. Without Tim, what are we doing right now? We're not doing it. So appreciate you, Tim. It's kind of crazy being reliant on something like that, which is dumb because you shouldn't be reliant on people. But sometimes being reliant on people is nice. So she frees the dog. Now I gotta say the makeup for the dog is kind of crazy. You see the dog and you really see him being fucked up. Now I gotta say that this is really, really cool because in most Resident Evil game, the dog is gonna be an enemy. We saw it in the first one, which is Resident Evil 0, seen in the second, and we've seen the third one. So the dog being there is a classic of Resident Evil. Billy get bitten, and Jade save her. Now, what that mean? And that is so super cool. Now Billy is bitten, which is the first human trial. Now, ultimately speaking, is how does this transfer? So, for example, if it's through the medication and the transformation or the infection, what should we call it? Infection is through medication. It happens in one way. Now, this is super cool. This is super cool because we're seeing the facts. So, for example, right, in Tijuana, you see all of these people that are sick, right? And now we have a person that just got bitten, and you can actually do tests, possibly find an antidote. See, it's a thing to release a product out there. Releasing a product with a countermeasure, with a counter plan for it, is even better. You should see how comfy I am. Look at this. Comfy as hell, baby. As the hell. I can't believe we died already. Shit. That is no bueno. Okay. So now, this is the end of the episode. So I'm going to do episode number 2. Now, before we continue, we have a very important thing to do. And this is because... Oh, I can't. Look. I can't. How much percentage do you have? Okay, I can. What am I saying? I can't, I got this friend with whom we had a little argument, and I don't feel like having an argument, so I'm gonna post on TikTok because then they'll see that I'm live. We'll do it in the morning when I have more energy and more time. And now we have 30 minutes for 2 playthrough to end. No. By the way, the gaming channel just reached 394, and the normal channel is 5732. That's pretty good. Uh, Now I have to go in the thing, and I have to go with Resistance Reborn. So this is episode 69, and it says 3 hours and 24 minutes and 42 seconds. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here. Also, this is pretty good because, um, believe me not, when you upload video like this, it takes battery. A phone that's uploading takes more batteries. So this, because it's more charged than this, and this is gonna be able to work for longer without having to be charged. So this is kind of good. So we're gonna do episode 70. 3 weeks and we have 70 episodes out. Of course, with this one you have to restart the application, which is not a big deal. So episode number 2, called The Devil. Now this episode start with what? So this episode start with current Jade being betrayed by a group of traders that sold her to Umbrella. Now, fun fact is, the guy that's told her you're looked by Umbrella is saying your sister is looking for you. Now, ultimately speaking, I'm gonna be honest. The first time that I watched the show, I didn't watch the subtitle, so I didn't know that the main character and the future was called Jade. I didn't know that was called Jade. I was like, okay, well, what's the point? And ultimately speaking, it's a powerful um, thing to do what you're doing right now, which is to show the past but the future. But you don't need to have same characters. You can just show like a family, a normal family, and the affection how it started, and a backflash. And then what I would do if I was doing like a zombie thing, what I would do is I would literally create this guy, right, and this guy, and I would put it on a boat, right? And something happened on the boat, and he had to take a uh, I don't know what I would do, but I would find him. In the first episode, I would make him kill a zombie, and in the second episode, I would give him the zombie family, and you learn at the end that the guy who killed, the zombie you killed was the guy that you just saw. So you took the first episode, which is a dude called Ink, right? And Ink kills zombie called, I don't know, Boom. Boom Candy. Then you realize that there's a family, right? And the father is always being called Papa. And then you realize that he gets infected. And then the last scene is you see the house and you see the letterbox, the Boom family. So you realize that this is the same guy. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was me. Where did this idea come from? From a game called Little Nightmare. So Little Nightmare is a game where you play this kid that's trying to escape because he's gonna be eaten alive, right? And I love the Little Nightmare. And the DLC, you play as this character, right? And if you play the game before the DLC, you realize that your character is kind of the bad guy. So your character could be kind of the bad guy, eats somebody. He eats a gnome, which is someone that's helping you. A gnomes are people that help you during the game. So then you realize at DLC that you play as this character, right? As this kid. And then you don't know what's going on with the kid. You don't know who it is. You don't know why he's important. It doesn't matter, right? Until you realize that, no, this kid is actually important. And this kid was actually you. I'm gonna die before the tournament ends. Schnitzel. 15%, I have to be careful about that. Okay. So next, the devil. To escape Umbrella, Jade has to ask a help from them. Okay, cool. So Jade is being betrayed. They tell him that they're looking for a sister. Now this is a cool thing, right? So Jade is at the edge of the town, and at the other edge of the town, on the other side of the edge, there's zombie. So she has a choice between the Umbrella and the zombies, and this is kind of cool because the guy that betrayed her basically said something like, "You dance with the devil you don't know." So this is super cool. And now you establish her as a fighter. So basically you have a dude that saved her. I don't remember why he saved her. I don't remember why he saved her. So Whisker find out that his daughter is bitten. Now, ultimately speaking, I don't remember why he saved her. You see, people are insane, but it's Saturday night, so it's normal. people are possibly drunk. So Whisker, which they're saying multiple times in the show, you're a lousy father, you're a piece of shit father. Go work, go work. That's all you need to know. That's all you know how to do. And then like I said, he's working. And the cool scene here is that when he sees Billy, instead of turning her in, he's trying to heal her. And this is cool because you got Jade that's worried, and the two sisters, you realize are the result or the product of the situation. For example, right here you got Whisker that wants to help carry Billy, but Jade stop him, and she does carry Billy. So ultimately speaking, they see that the two kids are kind of they have this shitty situation and they set up for each other. So this is often seen with the older siblings when the parents are shit. It's a symptom. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a symptom. So then Jade, no matter how hard she tries, she ends up the guy who saved her get bitten, which is kind of insane. And here, what I do like is Jade try to save him. So why is that an important scene? Is because the guy he saved her, and then um, she knew that she could save him, but she still tried. And this is speaking of other characters. She gets in the car and she run away. You got Billy who is bitten, and this is cool because you got every single character, right? Every single characters that are part of Umbrella asking Whisker what happened. And Whisker here, what he does is kind of heroic. What he does is he covered himself with blood, and he said, "Hey, somebody trying to came in, and I don't know who it is, but they attacked me." So then, instead of blaming his daughter, he comes in, and this is there you go, 55. Oh shit! Guess what? Why are you stopping right now? Why are you stopping right now? You stop. The two of them stop. I didn't have the fucking time, dude. Are you kidding me? I didn't have the time. Gosh darn it. Fuck. God damn it. That's bad. I didn't have the time to finish the tournament. They stopped at 55. This is super cool. This is a really nice scene. So she is in charge of Umbrella. She is one of the big hats of Umbrella. And what she does, she big dick Whisker. What she says is, you know that you're only here because I allow you to be here. So this is cool because he just said that. So you think that Whisker is this badass, but he isn't. He is not on the top of the chain. So I think that she knows as the girl. I think that she knows as the girl. You see, we watched that yesterday, and I already don't remember. Well, it was more than 24 hours ago. So, because the next morning, Billy is showing bad signs. Now, this is really cool because Whisker in itself, possibly, it kind of makes sense. He possibly checked for symptoms for the other group, which was in Tijuana. He's like, okay, well, I know how the virus would do. I know if she's infected. Now, ultimately speaking, there's no proof, there's no saying that we saw somebody gets infected, right? We don't know that. We just know that there was somebody that got infected, got erratic, attacking people. It's not like if this person had preconceived notion of violence. It's not like we know the person was. They just start attacking per people, and they associate that with the virus. That's basically what you see. You got it super cool because she takes you got Jade who takes a car, and this I remember though. This I remember. So this is super cool because we get the slums and how it acts. So why is that important? Because what you saw in the first episode is a camp, right? So it's people that are surviving out there. Now what you see here is a city. Is a city that's already established, and we see how bad it is. Now this is kind of cool because we got two people coming in. You got Jade with running away, and you got the guy from Umbrella. Why is that cool? Well, because the guy from Umbrella is a suit, as they say in common language, and Jade is a normal person. So why is that important? Well, because Jade is our main character, but the suit possibly has more power. But it's their influences in the city. So Jade, she goes to see this guy. Um, ouch. Okay. This doesn't connect. It doesn't connect. Give me a second. I need to check out if there's battle tonight. Because if there's not, I'm gonna sleep a little bit. Okay, there's no battles. Anna was like, shit. I want to support Anna. She's a good person. Fuck. Sorry, Anna. 56%. Okay. Uh. My back. Yeah, we'll do we'll sleep a little bit. It's okay. I'm gonna show you something kind of cool here. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna do something kind of special. So this, I strongly recommend against doing this. But hey, when in Rome, do as a Roman. So why is that dangerous? Because I risked the chance. You know what? Let's do it like that, okay? I hate doing this. %. 3%. Charging, okay. It does seem to be okay. So now what you do is you open the wire, and then you just move it. So why I do that is because then you guys are gonna see the wire. I'm gonna get complained. Oh, I see a wire, dude. Yeah, no shit. Charging phones, bruh. Never heard of that? I have to stop. I'll be right back.
Means I used to watch your videos. Why are you selling to the subreddit when they stole money from you? Why do you think Jasmine got to try to help you lose weight? Thought you guys got overweight. Only you can do it. Everything I do brings this vitriol, no matter what. So it gets to the point where it's like, I just won't do anything. Like, why would I answer a question on Reddit when I'm just gonna get called like a pedophile, something like that? I'm not. Just to make it clear. Yeah, it's still happening. It's gonna continue to happen until the day I die. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like people use that to like kill every sponsor or like thing I had. Like I lost DoorDash, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, because of like me being over the top, trying to be funny and entertaining. I'm a rusty old boathead. See ya. I'm at Skittily, the one we went through now, or you take them out the party where I live. I didn't know we were going to do this, like just hide the whole time. Cat watching in front of my screen. There's no gadgets. You can't use the gadget. That one didn't count, dog. It didn't count. You're not allowed to use stun. He was cheating. No MMA, no jumping. This guy's continually jumping. Yeah, whatever. I love you, fam. But real talk, it's happening like that. I broke my controller. Please cancel this stream.
guys want to use them, then we do have gloves. We only have like 10. I mean,
Is it only gonna be bunker or it's only bunker? So the rules is you gotta come through the bunker double door because anything off. Alright boys, first
Mon énergie, ce jeu-là, man. Pourquoi je joue encore à ça? Pourquoi j'ai mis de l'argent dans ce jeu-là? Pourquoi je joue à ça, man? Ben non, hein? Let's get dancing alone.
Oh yeah, Lane's taking out the roof. Bro took notes from that one. Yeah, I like to see it, man. I like to see it.
you like it. You're lucky.
Okay, what is it? Jinx and Isha.
You're late for Stinkma's Free Comeuppance. You like it. You like it. You're lucky. I didn't get to do much of this with my older sis. She was more into hitting things. I had a different name back then. You know? Powder. Stupid, right? I thought I was ready for good, but you kind of remind me of her.
You show the best.
You're late for Stinkma's Free Comeuppance.
Fuck. Fuck, dude. Come on. Be a man, bro. Be a man. Man, don't fucking cry, bro. Okay, let's go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And we're charging. We're good.
I didn't know we were going to do this, like just hide the whole time. I thought the rules is you got to engage. Like you got the idea is you meet at the door and you fight right at the door.
Oh,
Stop moving. No, like
gosh,
the whole idea is
darn it. It's over. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Got a long list of it's over. They tell you I'm insane. But I got a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. Go.
gotta stop being aggressive because Diamond Steel will not move.
When was Arcane release?
Right, but I've never seen Bunker work with a guy who just won't move. We're just about to be spending 5 minutes every match because I'm gonna start holding angles like Skittles. Like I'm the one to spend the aggressive one every round.
I'm back, bro. Damn, okay.
I did not expect. I just opened the door.
You gotta win 5 more, you gotta win 7 more.
Arcane.
Wonderful, but let's just see how we do. We're gonna be here for a minute though, man. Like for real. Nah, it's not as long. Me and She got for longer. So at least the rounds went up higher.
Yeah, but you and Chica actually had the gunfights.
Yeah, we were playing aggressive. Nah, me and She got had the ones.
November 2024.
Sitting camping the entire time, just having it around. That's it.
Arcane. Arcane a year later. Mm.
I would love to be one of these guys. Oh, yo. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you're asking me. Ask them, but I mean, when we want to get them, come on, I can end that gameplay.
I wanna fucking sleep, dude.
But your girl definitely enjoys it.
No, Dr. Gray. No, Dr. Gray. Fucking cat walked to me in front of my screen.
Headshot.
What's the YouTube song?
So, anybody that's been looking at
Mm-hmm. But I needed one more, dude.
What? I want to see his fucking screen. Like, honestly, like, how did he see me?
probably speaker's advantage. That should be happening sometimes. Wow. Has there been a headshot yet? Wow, 2 lucky kills. Wow, that was nice. It's not allowing me to subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to. I around like 8 minutes. Only subscribers are 5 hours as long as can send messages. You subscribe 20 minutes.
Bullshit, dude. Like, every time he hits the head, he doesn't hit nothing else.
Right.
I'm still wondering how Skittle knew I was standing there as Tachanka and then Free Fire.
No, my mic was muted. I said your arm was sticking out.
Oh, bro. Why you say your arm was sticking out? I was really about to say it's because he's Jimmy, bro. I know you did, but I'm sorry. It's just a word.
Yeah, he forgets to not say that.
Anyway, not bad. I gotta stay
Look,
hungry.
and Skittle still hasn't left the fucking bunker.
Ta-da!
So this is Vaseline guy. I'm just going Vaseline at this point.
Take Rose to Waterland.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Let's go get what to go for that board.
That's all.
I'll kill your dad. What?
What? Oh, you'll kill him? In the back.
Epic threats.
How did you get a woman?
Qu'est-ce que t'as fait aujourd'hui? C'est en certain que t'aimes les queues, toi. Il a dû se faire défoncer par là, tu sais.
C'est
Va faire un fois 5, qu'est-ce que ça sert?
On va raconter une vraie histoire. Le gars qui m'appelle pour me dire qu'il est en train de demander avec sa blonde la première fois qu'il couche avec.
C'est vrai. C'est vrai. C'est quoi, c'est vrai? Merci, Jimmy, merci, Bazinga, c'est vrai. C'est quoi? C'est vrai. J'étais stressé de fourrer avec ma blonde, je bandais pas au début. Merci, Jimmy, merci.
Confiance, hein?
C'est vrai. Non, man, c'est vrai.
It was too much of one just him sitting back watching my fucking screen.
You were making your way downtown.
Walking fast, faces past. Nessie, where are you homebound?
Yeah.
No. And I miss you. Scott, look at that trebuchet, dude.
It's not a trebuchet, you freaking
Pause. Why are you so angry about medieval weaponry?
guy who knows about nothing talks with confidence. Classic.
Boom, Riz.
Riz, this is advertising.
No, but it...
One shatter.
Looking down vertically. I don't know about that.
You seen what?
Someone in my comments told me to look up Megascrafty. I'm like, oh, it's cool. I haven't seen Megascrafty yet. Let's see what Pokemon is cooking up.
Beautiful people. And, oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah, no, it's, to me, Comic-Cons are an amazing, and, they're a way for actors to see.
Here's a dinner, boo.
Oh, thank you.
Hungry.
Enjoy. How's your rice? How's your rice?
A little lacking in flavor, but it's okay. It's a little cold too, but it's fine. It's all right.
You want me to warm it up?
It's okay. You don't need to.
Do you have enough egg rolls?
Yeah, I got enough.
Good.
I got plenty.
Good.
I think I'm good.
Here's a dinner, boo.
Oh, thank you.
When she said, "Is your dinner boo?" You knew the trap.
At no point I had to put every
And I miss her live. Shit, la merde.
her door and waited 2 minutes for him to push. He just sat out there.
Hey, yo, Unlimited, a guy named,
Qu'est-ce que t'as fait aujourd'hui?
My bad.
C'est en certain que t'aimes les queues, toi. Il a dû se faire défoncer par là, tu sais.
style
Ouais, ça a l'air x5, qu'est-ce que ça sert?
Hey, on va raconter une vraie histoire. Le gars qui m'appelle pour me dire qu'il est en train de bander avec sa blonde la première fois qu'il couche avec.
C'est vrai. C'est vrai. C'est quoi, c'est vrai? Merci Jimmy, merci Bazinga, c'est vrai. C'est quoi? C'est vrai. J'étais stressé de fourrer avec ma blonde, je bandais pas au début. Merci Jimmy, merci.
Vraiment confiance, hein?
C'est vrai. Non, man, c'est vrai. C'est quoi, j'ai un problème d'estime de soi, c'est pas real, man. Jimmy, merci.
C'est le monde.
Probablement, c'est pour ça, mon gars. Mais ça reste que c'est drôle pis c'est payant, mon gars.
T'as le droit.
Ça l'est moins pour toi. Ben ouais, il était nerveux, ça arrive exactement. J'étais nerveux, man, esti. Je tripais sur cette fille-là, je bandais pas quand c'était le temps, c'est vrai, man. C'est vrai. C'est vrai, gros. C'est vrai, gros. C'est vrai.
C'est correct. T'as le droit, là. Chacun ses
Pis c'est pas un secret, gros, je l'ai déjà dit.
Chacun
C'est pas un secret, gros. Pis je l'ai déjà dit.
Comme c'est le problème, voyons-y, il y a pas de
Mais aujourd'hui, ça bande, c'est ça, ça y va un peu. Merci Mathis, bande-vous. Ouais, bro, man, ça l'arrive, bro, des fois, man, ça l'arrive.
Tu sais, tu ris du monde qui veulent s'essayer avec des trans, mais toi, par exemple, t'as de la misère à bander devant ta blonde, mais là, elle bande bien.
C'est arrivé une
Ouais, oui, c'était arrivé une fois, mais c'est pas grave. Pas grave, mec, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave, mon gars. C'est pas grave.
Ouais, non?
C'est pas grave, mon gars. C'est pas grave. C'est parce que toi, t'as pas de chance vraiment d'aller voir des belles filles, là. C'est sûr, c'est pour ça.
C'est sûr.
Merci, Mathis.
Chance. Non.
T'as pas de problème avec ça. Voir les filles, là.
Ouais, non.
Il y a mieux sucer des pénis.
Ah oui, ben
Merci,
oui.
Mathis.
Good.
Il y a mieux les pénis, ça, c'est sûr. Ça, c'est sûr, les pénis.
Bon, fait qu'on va-tu rester là, guys, à regarder Boyanty nous ridiculiser pis qu'on se revient tout ce temps-là, ou?
Ben, ça a l'air de ça.
Salut, Amélie.
Charles qui te bombe. Tu cœurs-tu pour regarder tu peux me faire la droite ou la gauche?
J'étais un gars de gauche, moi.
Bon, je peux se ridiculiser, c'est correct.
Arrête de rire de lui, c'est un dieu. Merci, Jimmy, merci, Suzy.
Merci, on l'a eu.
Welcome back sur le béton.
3-2, guys. Tout est doublé, guys. Let's go, let's go.
Jimmy, merci, les gars. Attendez 2 secondes, man. Je veux juste montrer un petit quelque chose. Merci au trésor. Juste si je peux le retrouver vite, là. Merci, Kev. Merci tout le monde.
5, c'est x5, guys, come on!
Thank you, mon Jimmy!
Ça remonte, guys, ça remonte!
Merci au trésor. Encore en train de perdre, attends un peu, reste là, man, ça va. Merci, Jimmy, au trésor.
Ça monte encore, guys, faites attention!
Merci, Jimmy.
Let's go!
J'en suis quoi, une moto, gros?
Démon.
Démon! Merci, Sean, le gros.
Il est à 1000 que... Ah, non.
Thank you, mon démon, tabarnak. Le gars qui est venu dans les commentaires, on m'a dit toujours en train de perdre. T'es où? Yo, merci, les gars. D'autres gars.
T'as vraiment pas de
Ça, t'es dans le ranking, non? Je suis dans le rank. Qu'est-ce que ça va lui quoi, tabarnak?
T'as pas de sens.
Non, je suis pas d'accord, je suis pas d'accord dedans.
Voyons donc. Non, c'est pas sa blonde, c'est Demon. Demon, il m'a jamais aimé, fait c'est quoi, faut tout le temps faire d'homme.
T'es meilleur. C'est quoi le boss? C'est quoi le boss? C'est quoi le meilleur? C'est vous qui êtes le meilleur ici. Moi, je suis qu'une merde. En train de cater sur TikTok, les gars.
Regarde ça. Laisse Marie, on va essayer de faire ça. Gars, j'ai personne dans la porte, faut voyager, c'est plus, mais il y a personne d'autre.
Il là, 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 là.
On va le mettre avec moi, avec la sacrément.
Allez, gars, bougez-moi de là. T'es stressé, Mike Boy?
Non.
Pourquoi?
Parce que c'est vraiment grave.
Pourquoi?
Parce que c'est juste grave. Tout ça pour de l'argent, regarde, c'est vraiment sans dessin.
Ah oui, tout ça pour de l'argent, gros? Non, non, bro. Toi, tu fais ça pour l'argent. Comme l'argent, tu brûles, tu m'as jamais remboursé. Tu me mens. Pis gros, avant même, tu faisais des paroles, tu parlais de ma blonde, t'es comme on insulte pas ma blonde. Pis là, gros, t'embarques la foule là-dedans. T'embarques dans la future. Pourquoi? Pour te faire tu utilises les gens qui m'aiment pas, pour te fâcher, moi, ma blonde. Aussi, t'as créé avec eux autres pour te faire de l'argent, mon gars. Quand t'as arrêté de te voiler la face tout le temps comme ça. C'est comme un hostie hypocrite, mon gars. Comme la fois, dès que t'as dit, moi, je suis sauvé des vies comme ça pour de l'argent. T'inventes de la merde, pour faire quitter. Ferme ta gueule, ferme ta crise de gueule. Moi, je me cache pas. Les gens disent qu'on je suis là, on cache, mon gars, j'invente rien. J'invente fuck all big. Pourquoi tu m'inventes une maladie ou whatever, pour faire de l'argent? Il faut un tirage de gros pour avoir de l'argent, ferme ta gueule, big. Arrête, ferme ta gueule, ferme ta gueule.
Ah, bon.
Le tirage de fond, tu l'as tiré ou tu l'as pas tiré?
Ouais.
Tu l'as tiré? Même en sachant que j'ai des preuves, le gros, de moi, t'as prouvé le contraire.
Tu sais quoi qui est drôle?
Tu mens, mon gars.
Tu sais quoi qui est plus drôle?
Vas-y.
C'est que je t'ai dit ce que tu veux entendre dans tabarnak, là, c'est que je sais que tu vas faire ça maintenant.
Non, non, mais ferme ta gueule, gros. Ferme ta gueule, mon gars. Même en sachant que j'ai des preuves, il a pas tiré son esti.
C'est sûr que t'étais pour
Vas-y, viens. Là, je vais t'en donner une dernière chance. Non, parce qu'il faut que je dévoile toute la vote, big. Il s'en va, man. Il s'en va. Ça va, oui, c'est qui qui a pas c'est moi le gars. C'est moi qui fais des faux tirages pour l'argent, ferme ta gueule, big. Juste parce que Chris, c'est son gars, mon gars, check-moi bien, man. Check-moi bien, big. Je vais tout prouver, man. Je vais prouver tout, là. Que son tirage, c'est fake, ok? 2 secondes, les gars. Ça sera pas long, c'est ça que je cherche depuis tantôt, big. Et là, pour son mec, je vais fermer son live, puis il va aller essayer de supprimer toute la conversation que j'ai eu avec.
C'est passé sur une vidéo?
Non, non, je cherche des messages vocaux de lui qui me dit ah, gros, on va pas vraiment faire tirer dès que c'est fake. Putain, mais gros, check ça. J'essaie vraiment, man. Pourquoi ça marche pas, bro? Quand elle a fait le fight, j'ai vu ça sur le ça marche pas. Ça donne des sorties de lac, man. Je m'en fous, gros. Je t'en faire toute live des vocaux avec une face, man. Qui chante tout ça, là. Ouais, ça fait tellement longtemps que j'ai pas touché celle-là, big, ça lag mal sale. Fait que j'envoie ça, tire, essaie de l'écouter, voir si ça marche. Je sais pas si c'est ça, man. Mais elle est pas trop fort, juste pour que ça soit pas ça, parce que je veux pas tout. Ouais, même si c'est bloqué, il va pas supprimer quand même. Fait que j'envoie ça. Bam. Tu tires, ça va de quoi?
Ça marche bien.
Ça marche pas? T'as bien mis le Wi-Fi, Chris?
Ouais.
Ok. Fait que j'envoie ça aussi.
Tu m'as envoyé?
Ouais.
Ouais.
T'as sourire? Putain, fais chier! Ah, les gars, j'ai pas la technique, tabarnak. Fais chier.
C'est trop vieux, fait que
C'est trop vieux, ça marche pas, quoi.
ouais.
Bon, attends, il y a peut-être écrit whatever.
Donc, on va regarder ça. Montre toutes les conversations, montre toutes les preuves, est-ce que tu vas s'en séduire?
Mais non, mais je veux juste que tu sois honnête, mon gars, parce que tu parles d'honnêteté, t'es capable d'être honnête.
Vas-y, ça se passe bien.
Non, mais bro, t'es capable d'être honnête. Je te dis, le jour où t'as fait un faux tirage pour avoir de l'argent, puis t'as jamais donné de l'argent, tu l'as jamais donné.
Mais le téléphone, je l'ai pas.
Mais non, ce que je te dis, c'est que t'as fait un tirage, le
Où le téléphone, ça n'a pas été donné?
C'est pas réponds à la question, c'est un faux tirage. C'est pas un vrai tirage, c'est un faux tirage.
Il est où le téléphone qui n'a pas été donné? Je te pose la question, toi, réponds-y. Tu peux bien sortir la convo, ce que je t'ai dit que j'allais faire un faux tirage pour faire du cash. Je te l'ai dit en privé, c'est vrai, t'es voici, sans là.
Non, mais dans le mon gars, mais dans le tu l'avoues, tu l'avoues.
Tu as raison, pourquoi je t'ai dit ça, William?
Pourquoi?
Parce que je savais que t'étais pour utiliser ça contre moi.
Side, mon gars. Side, mon gars.
Il est où le téléphone? Il est où le téléphone?
Est-ce que t'as fait ton faux tirage dès que j'ai commencé à parler de ça? Je t'ai dit, c'est pas, moi, je suis comme c'est bon. Il a vendu des. Parce que moi, je parle de téléphone. Mais pour parler de téléphone, c'est juste une chose. Tu parles d'honnêteté, tu parles gros de conversation que j'ai eu avec toi qui est supposée d'être privée. Tu le dévoiles à tout le monde, mais gros, de toute façon, tu viens de le dire. Tu viens de dire que t'es des. Et voilà, tu viens de l'avouer. Parce que je savais qu'on des gens pour le faux d'un go. Il a volé des gens pour le faux d'un go à donner un téléphone.
Il y a du monde encore. Je suis même pas rentré dans mon argent.
Mais tu peux rentrer dans ton argent pareil, il y a des gens qui ont participé. On s'en fout, pour de centaines de pièces.
Est-ce qu'il écoute ce que je dis ou
Oui, j'écoute ce que tu dis, bro. Mais tu viens de dire que c'est fake. Tu viens de dire que c'est fake de toute façon, aussi. Vas-y, j'écoute, vas-y.
Non, mais dans le fond, t'écoutes pas quand on parle, c'est plus ça.
Vas-y, j'écoute.
Non, vas-y, ton idée, William, c'est correct.
Tu peux rien à dire, tu peux pas te défendre. De toute façon, tu peux faire des aveux de par
Les aveux de quoi? C'est ton application, tu penses que je m'en calisse pas?
Mais c'est ça.
Vous vivez comme si c'était la vie réelle. Et moi, je fais comme ça, là. Je continue ma vie à l'extérieur.
Ça va l'air que non, parce que tu viens de le temps. Ça va l'air que non, tu viens de le temps.
Ça me tente.
And we're back.
Ça me tente. Je vais passer pour la semaine sans venir. Comprends-tu?
Tu m'as parlé d'honnêteté, j'ai sorti l'honnêteté.
Parce que il n'y a pas eu de vol, tous les corps, ça va au bar.
Pis t'as volé des gens qui ont participé comme
J'ai
chose.
pas volé, rien. Est-ce que t'es tonton? Accepte le bâton, là.
Non, accepte le bâton, merci Mathis, merci.
Et là, tu vas me laisser parler des tiens de m'écouter?
Mais vas-y, c'est parce que tu dis.
Oh my god. Pas compliqué. Ce que j'ai dit, c'est que je t'ai écrit ça en privé parce que je savais que t'étais pour t'en servir un moment donné.
Mais tu l'as vraiment fait, mais ça, tu vas
Non, parce que, hey, j'en ai plus le téléphone, c'est où?
Ok. Tu t'aurais pu le vendre, peut-être que tu l'as gros caché. Attends, mais faut vraiment que il y a quelqu'un qui m'a envoyé des preuves comme quoi, gros. Attends, c'est bon, je vais ça. Attends, mais bouge de là.
Ah, couche, ça vient pas t'en mêler quoi avec, là. D'accord, liste de toi aussi, là, bye. Bon, ben, c'est mon procès à soir, voyons dire.
Non, mais tu me parlais d'honnêteté, tu me faire passer pour un esti crosseur, mon gars, on va anesthésier.
Je t'ai fait passer pour un
Je
crosseur.
m'en calisse, big. Je suis là pour le cash, gros. Je suis pas vrai, je m'en calisse pour remonter quand même. C'est pour le cash et tout, mon gars.
Hey, big, vas-y.
Hey, big, vas-y. Je m'en calisse, gros. On va sortir ça, sur tout. J'ai même pas sorti, tu viens de dire, c'est qui est calisse. Tu viens de dire toi-même, c'est que ça regarde.
Mec, c'est dans la barre. Personne ne sait encore, lisse.
Mais c'est ça qui arrive, c'est que toi, tu prends un break, les gens ils oublient vite. Tu prends un break, mon gars, tu peux éviter, tu peux aimer. Les gens oublient vite, mon gars. Ils oublient vite, mais moi, je suis là pour leur rappeler.
Ok.
Je suis là pour leur rappeler.
Ok.
Là, c'est Mathis sur le tarot de l'œil, là, tu sais. C'est comme je te dis, je suis payé pour te rappeler à quel point t'es de merde. Je suis payé pour t'humilier. C'est ça qui est la bonté de tout ça. Puis le pire, c'est que ça donne un incroyable jour.
Yeah. My apologies.
Ah oui, je t'en marre jusqu'au cou. Attention, il va m'arriver quoi.
My apologies.
C'est pas encore lisse.
T'as volé des salaires, tout le temps. Ah, c'est ça, j'ai volé des burgers. Ah, guys, si vous savez, ça me dérange pas. Exactement, c'est ça. Moi, je connais la vérité dans ce
Bon, McDo, tu connais la vérité. Mais c'est gros, c'est de la vraie carte, c'est de la vraie
je t'ai fait un privé,
Non, non, tu l'as dit, big.
Ah, ok. C'est un fanatique de William pour le bar.
Hey, big, you, là. Ça devrait, you, le grand gagnant, là, ça.
Mais il a déjà parlé. T'as fait un bout, là. Hey, c'est quand ce tirage-là, tu rappelles-tu, William?
Les gars, c'était son chenille. C'était son chenille.
T'es arrivé quand ce tirage-là, William?
C'était son chenille, les gars. Là, ça,
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais?
reste pas de chat. Ouais, c'était son chenille. C'était ça, chenille, big. C'était très sûr qu'il m'avait dit, regarde, je vais faire un des chenille, big. Il va parler de ça, ça va l'air convaincant.
C'est le même débat.
Je vous le jure, c'est vrai, c'est véridique, ce que je vous dis, c'est véridique. C'est vrai, là. J'invente pas pour faire le buzz, puis faire chier, c'est véridique, les gars.
Exactement.
C'est très véridique, c'est très véridique. Puis tu sais quoi? On s'en calisse des catégories du monde. On s'en calisse, les gars, fait un faux tirage, mon gars. Je m'en calisse, moi. Moi, je m'en calisse,
Vraiment? Ah, le monde, il tabarnak, vous pensez dans une série aux États-Unis, sacrément. Laisse-toi de chez nous.
moi, je m'en calisse, j'ai pas participé, big. Les gens, il y a plusieurs gens qui savaient que ça allait être une astuce d'arnaque, mais ils ont été tentés de quitter pareil, puis c'est tant pis pour eux, dans le fond. Tu vois? C'est tant pis pour eux. Sorry, man, de dire ça. Mais il y a personne d'honnête vraiment sur cette plateforme de merde. Juste Charlie, gros, le nombre de milliers de pièces qu'il a fait, gros. Ça a tout niqué, c'est faux concours de merde, là. Avec le collègue qui a mis dans le fond, c'est tout de la merde. C'est tout d'estime merde. Puis moi, c'est pour ça que je voulais pas faire le tirage. Moi, j'aurais fait pour le tirage. J'aurais fait le tirage. On est pas comme toi, mais tu sais quoi? Juste parce que, gros, je voulais pas être tenté à l'argent, regardez. Hey, gros, là, il a jamais été. Juste parce que je voulais pas être tenté à l'argent, faire comme, tu sais quoi, gros, je vais garder, même chose. J'ai fait, fuck off, je fais pas de tirage, big. Juste pour pas être tenté à vouloir faire accrocher le monde, big. Parce que peut-être j'aurais été tenté à faire comme vous, les gars. Peut-être. Puis qu'on s'en jamais parce que j'ai pas décidé de faire le move de faire des tirages. Quand est-ce que vous allez faire des tirages, les gars? Jamais.
Je savais qu'il était pour sortir ça un moment donné. Je comprends ça. Toutes les fois, regardez ce que ça donne. On s'est dit, il va sortir plein d'histoires contre toi pour te rabaisser. Tu comprends? Ce qui est plus drôle là-dedans, c'est que le gars, là, il va sortir une convo, je l'ai dit par moi-même, là. Tu sais? Ouais, mais Steve, ça dépend pas les personnes contre qui tu fais des battles. Ils vont trouver toujours le moyen d'essayer de démolir pour après ça, bon. Encore là, le démolir. En quoi? Ce que j'ai dit était faux, man.
J'ai juste sorti des faits, man. Ben, c'est qu'il y a de ça, j'ai juste sorti des faits, man.
Non, fait que sur cette application-là, tu mieux parce que t'es non, parce que je suis encore là, parce que tu sais, je m'en des
Il y a un mec là-long de gars, il y a un mec là-long de gars.
qui disent en affaire, ouais, fait que tu as plus de chance. C'est pas le où est-ce que je vais faire avec ma soeur pendant tout parce qu'il y a rien à faire.
Ouais, là, puis tu vas être gars de gars.
C'est bien simple. Sauf que les gens vont servir de tout contre vous autres. Parce que les autres, s'ils veulent gagner, ils veulent monter, faut qu'ils vous rappellent.
Ok, premièrement, si j'ai sorti ça, c'est que sorti un truc personnel que j'avais parlé. Moi puis ma blonde, par rapport à ça. Personnel, là. Puis de deux, il parle qu'il était pas vraiment là pour l'argent, puis tout, mon gars. Mais bro, tu vois le monde avec des fonds de tirage. Si tu me parles que t'es pas là pour le peuple, arrête, big, là. Moi, je vais sortir les faits, mais je vais prouver le contraire. C'est sûr que je vais prouver le contraire, mon gars.
C'est ça.
Tu dis qu'il est pas honnête, puis tout, mon gars, je vais prouver le contraire. Amnesty, qu'il est pas honnête, mon fou.
Ça a tout le temps sorti des nouveaux faits, des nouvelles histoires sur le monde, ça a toujours été comme ça.
C'est ça qui est ça. C'est ça qui est ça.
Ça a toujours été ça, cette pièce.
Il dit qu'il est honnête, parce que.
Viens donc,
Merci, gars. C'est chien, on s'en sert, mais c'est pas mon erreur. Merci, merci, gars. Merci, Charlie, merci, gars. Salut, quoi, les gars? Giftez-moi même pas, man. Giftez-moi pas. Je vais même pas faire du comme là-dessus, mon plus, je vais même pas faire de cash. Vous travaillez 40 heures semaine, vous levez pour aller travailler, puis vous giftez une petite PS comme moi, man. C'est for real, là. Vous devriez même pas, man. Vous devriez même pas. Vous faites vivre, vous travaillez pour être fucking surtaxé, man. Et tout ça, ça va être des hosties PS comme moi. En plus de ça, vous giftez des hosties PS comme moi. Vous devriez juste garder vos sous, les gars. Donc, vous devriez pas gifter un hostie pauvre comme moi, man. Ça, c'est la vraie vérité, man. Vous devriez juste gifter personne sur TikTok. Vous devriez juste gifter personne. C'est ça qui est là. Mais si je suis pas payé, vous me voyez pas, je suis pas là, c'est ça qui est mal. Mais en même temps, bro, ça vous fait plus de cash. Ça me fait plus d'argent pour vous garder votre famille, garder vos affaires, ce que vous avez à faire. Au moins, t'es honnête, mettez ça. Il faut, man, il faut, man. Fait comme je dis, man, gardez vos sous, man. Merci, gardez vos sous, pendant. Puis gros, c'est sûr, man, que demain, je vais être là. Mais c'est sûr que demain, je vais être encore là. Pour essayer de faire du cash en TikTok, puis gros. C'est sûr, je vais être là jusqu'à temps que ça marche plus pour moi, tu comprends? Mais honnêtement, là, on est 260 personnes ici. Vous êtes écœurés pour être des gens comme moi, Max Boy, Chahier, Zaki Pulotte, Danick Bouchard, tout le monde là sur TikTok. Mais le jour que vous allez arrêter de gifter tout, que vous allez tout finir, que vous allez finir par gifter, là, qu'on fera plus d'argent, on sera plus là, les gars. On sera plus là, on va être en train de travailler avec vous autres, là. Qu'est-ce que tu dis? À jeu, man. 100% à jeu. 100% à jeu, heureusement.
Vous me tapez ses mains. Vous êtes juste des faux comptes. Allez faire un travail. C'est tout?
C'est ça, les boys. Fait que sur ça, j'espère que vous avez des shows. Moi, je vais éteindre ce live-là. Puis merci à tous les gens qui ont quitté, qui ont été présents, qui ont tapoté. Merci Polo, merci Kessel Shady, gros. Merci à ceux qui ont laissé un petit pourboire pour le show, c'est vraiment apprécié. Vous allez décalisser Max Boy, même ça, c'est vraiment très apprécié. Merci Polo. Merci à vous autres, mon cap, merci d'avoir été là. Puis j'espère que vous avez des shows for real. Qu'est-ce que t'as fait aujourd'hui? C'est en certain que t'as vécu, moi. Il y a du fait très foncé par là.
I don't feel like doing a fucking recap, but I have to. Don't blink, is you yink. With extremely low storage, considering Wapsa having a wonderful day on this gorgeous 27 September, of course. Right now we are inside because my battery is extremely low. We're gonna be doing a small tower talk, and you know what? I'm gonna do like this. It's gonna be much better. Isn't that better? That is much better. So, for the tower talk, before we even start, I want you guys to understand the reaction. So I was supposed to do a no commentary, which I'm still gonna do. But if I do a reaction, this is the first playthrough that I'm gonna be able to put on the gaming channel and on a normal channel. So the thing with the tower, which is freaking phenomenal, by the way, is I spend every single minute that I spend playing, I give you 4 minutes of content. Pimple. Oh, Lita, that hurt. Wasn't ready to pop. So with this one, I could also do 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute for the gaming channel, 1 minute for the normal. So pretty smart. Now we do have a question for the resistance. The resistance. The question for the resistance is I'm gonna get very soon the perks, right? It's an hour 53. Wow. I thought it was really soon. It's not soon at all. I'll possibly be sleeping. Do you know if I'm going to get the perks? I'm going to have to wait until the next match. Because if I have to wait until the next match, I'm going to be focusing on tier 3 and tier 4. But if I have it right now, this is the best thing to do, right? So, what is the result we have? This is a good question. We lacked some time. Got to rank 13 with the crown, but it's in platinum, so not great. Because usually I would be able... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, so now what's going on is Sword is lacking batteries. Telling you, we're playing so freaking much that it's always batteries missing. And if for some reason this wire doesn't charge properly. So how much did we get for the Sword? We got rank 23 of platinum. And this one we really did try. So this is disastrous. Now, we got shield, just gonna make sure. Shield's gonna be a bit harder to do. I'm gonna do a recap of Resident Evil, but honestly, dude, this show sucks. So I'm not gonna do it right away. Ugh. I have to re-plug this, which I was afraid I was gonna do this. There you go. So you see, it's not charging. I don't know why it's not charging. Oh, can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Oh, can't you see? There you go. You're charging. Something is wrong with that wire for sure. Okay, we're back. So I'm gonna hide because I'm using the phone. How much did we get? We finished rank 1 in gold. That means we go back to platinum. Now the coolest thing with the first rank in gold is you make 80 stone, and our rank, for fuck's sakes, dude. I'm sorry, this is horrible. I am working on a carton of ice cream. I am not even joking. You can see it here. This is a carton of ice cream. I am charging the phone.